You got me down again.
What is up, my guys? Welcome back to the channel and welcome to my second ever car review on the channel. This car behind me is my brand new car that I bought myself yesterday. I got it exactly like this from the owner, and the smile this thing puts on my face is unbelievable. I am so incredibly happy with my purchase. Let's talk more about the car. I got it yesterday, so I've been driving it for about 24 hours now, and I'm enjoying it so much. The Vtec I never liked it really, but I've never really driven them up until last year when Vian gave me his Vtec to drive. That was about the first time that I drove them, and I enjoyed it so much, and that's when I decided that I was looking for a Vtec. So the specs on this car, it's a 1998 model Honda Civic. It is the pre-facelift. The car originally came with a B16 Vtec. It is an original Vtec, and the previous owner swapped it, or not the previous owner, 2 owners back swapped the B16 for B20 with a Vtec head. So it is currently a B20 Vtec. As far as modifications go on this vehicle, what I'm aware of is a B20 Vtec swap. It is registered on the papers, which was a big thing for me if the car had a Vtec swap. So it is a B20 with a B16 Vtec head. I believe it's from the original motor, the head. So B20 Vtec, and then it's got an induction exhaust as well as a unit chip. I don't know how I feel about the unit chip, but so far it drives great. Once I do proper homework, we might change that up. I'm not too sure yet, but that's the performance modifications that the car has. On the exterior modifications, there's a lot more going on. We've got the front bumper. I'm not sure if it's the type of front bumper or if they just flushed the bumper strips. That I can't tell you. I don't know these cars all that well, but the lip on the car is not the correct lip. I would like to replace this with a type R lip to get it more OEM looking. Furthermore, it's got a set of 17s on the car, which the ride is harsh, but you guys know me, I always like having big wheels on my car. So it's got a set of 17-inch Volk TE37 replica wheels in white. The tires, I'm not too sure, it's not great tires. Moving around to the back, the car, I don't know if this is the facelift rear bumper or once again if they just flushed it. I don't mind, I don't care. I love this. I hate that bumper strips. I prefer this look much rather than the other one with the bumper strips. It's got this aftermarket lip at the bottom, which I like that. And then it's got the aftermarket taillights, which once again I'm not a massive fan of. I would like to revert them back to OEM when the time comes. On the interior, the car is pretty much standard. The front seats had been reupholstered, the rear ones not. I see a lot of Honda guys just reupholster the fronts. I honestly don't know why you would do that, because if you reupholster the fronts, they differ from the rears, which I'm not a big fan of. The door cards is in an amazing condition. As you guys know, with the Vtecs, these are always breaking and sagging and hanging, and these are perfectly fine. The car also got a front loader, which I'm not too happy with once again. And then the car, I don't know if it has door speakers, but there's no sound coming from the door speakers. The car has 4 tweeters. Let me flip the camera and show you the 4 tweeters so you can laugh with me. It's got 1 tweeter there, 1 on the other side, and a spoon sticker for good measure on the dashboard. I would love to rip these out. This looks so bad. It's just dangling around here and I hate it, but better let me show you what the rear tweeters looks like. I don't know if this was a good or bad idea, to be honest with you. So they are sitting here behind the seats. I don't even know if there's sound coming out of them, and I'm also not sure if it's to keep the seats from rattling or why they would wedge it in there. Also not sure if there's speakers in there, judging from the chrome that I see in there. It seems like we might have some speakers in there that we can connect up at a later stage. One of the first things will be to get speakers for the front doors, rip out those speakers in the front doors, so we at least have some radio to listen to when we don't want to listen to the exhaust, which will be rarely ever. Let's go over all the bad things on the car. There aren't many in my opinion, but a car of 25 years old, 23 years old, there would be some bad points. So the not so bad, the front lip. Already mentioned that I'm not a fan of this front lip. I would prefer to have the OEM Type R front lip on, so I will be looking at purchasing one of them and having them color matched. The wheels I'm not too fond of. To be honest, when I started searching for Vtecs last year, I was thinking that this is the wheel that I want. Now that I see this wheel on the car, I already want to change it. I'm not a fan of what's going on here. It's not bad, let's be honest. I could have been rolling on stock wheels. Not that stock wheels are ugly either, but this isn't bad. But I'd like to change it up in the future. Maybe a set of spoons, 17-inch spoons. We'll see what the future holds. Another thing that I'm not a big fan of is the way this rear lip has been fitted. You can see they tried to put it on with Velcro, and that doesn't work. So I'll be looking at removing this and fitting it proper the way I did the front lip on the Renault Clio. Siliconing it on and making a clean line where it joins the actual bumper of the car, so that it kind of sits flush. That will be in one of the upcoming videos. I don't know when, but we will get to that. Once again, the taillights, I have mentioned that to you guys. I'm not a fan of these. This one seems like it got a bit of dust in. It's a little bit darker than that one. I don't hate them. Let's get that straight. I don't hate them. But I would try to keep this car as authentic as possible. So I would prefer a set of OEM tails, not the one with the orange side marker, the one with the white side marker. I would prefer those tails on the car, along with the Type R front lip. I think that will do the exterior good. Next up, the bad points that we need to look at is on the interior. Don't mind the flicker going off, it's just the anti-hijack whenever you open or close the door. One of the bad points is the whole dashboard is covered in overspray. You can see that yellow shine that it's got to it. So I will try to remove that. I'm not yet sure how I'm going to do that. I've got a couple of plans. And once that's done, the interior will feel a lot neater. The steering wheel also has very light yellow overspray. And then other than that, the car needs a good detail on the interior. And I would like to swap out this radio. It's a reference audio. I'm not a big fan of this. I must be honest, the vents and stuff it's in a good condition inside. Another thing that annoys me on the inside is this panel is loose. It needs a clip up there, so that clip is somewhere in the car. I just need to find it and see why it's not put in, so that panel can sit up there instead of hanging like this. This panel keeps on opening up. I must see what I can do there. Another bad point is this panel, which is held in by a screw, so I must see if I can find a replacement of that. And then these triangles are badly scratched up. I don't know if you'll be able to see, but I would like to replace both of these triangles on both doors. Another thing, the car has a sunroof, which the owner told me the sunroof, he believes it's leaking a bit. I haven't washed the car, so I can't tell you yet. But there is a piece of rubber on the exterior that does not line up, like where the two rubbers needs to meet, or the two ends needs to meet where it seals. It does not get to one another. there's about a centimeter gap, so there could be water coming in there. I don't know yet, I'll have to look at that. And then the roof lining, I don't know if it's sagging or if it's just cushy. Like you see, it's cushy. I'm not a fan of that, so I'll see what I can do with the headliner. We need to get a sun visor, if possible. This one as well. This one, it looks so thick, like it's, you know, it's not a clean sun visor. So if possible, I would like to get 2 sun visors as well, reupholster the roof, and then that is about the bad points for the car. It needs a pretty good detail. Oh, let's jump into the engine bay. Let me show you guys what the bay looks like. Another thing, my knowledge on these Hondas are very limited. I don't know much about them, but I'm excited to learn this all over again. I learned a lot with the Clio, and now it's time for a different platform to learn all over again. So if you guys have any suggestions on mods that I can do, links, websites, whatever, please share them in the comments down below so I can go and check them out to get ideas for these cars. And if you're not subscribed, I suggest that you hit that subscribe button right now to stay up to date with the build of this car, as long as the entire drag racing community in South Africa. I believe this is the original color, and then they later on decided to spray the car this color. Another thing about this color, it looks extremely bright on camera. When you see it in person, it's not as bright. I don't know why the camera is playing tricks on you guys, but it's not as bright as it is. One thing that I'm wondering, if you look at the paint condition, it needs a detail badly all over. So it could be that all these scratches makes the car looks grey, and once we start polishing, the yellow will come back. It's a possibility, not a guarantee, but whatever, it is what it is. This engine bay color, I'm not a fan of that. I will do one of 2 things in the future. I will take the motor out and either spray the bay this color, or I will spray the entire bay black, gloss black. I think that would work well with the plans that I've got for the car. Like I mentioned before, this is a B20 swap with an exhaust intake and a unit chip. I believe the ECU is inside under the cabin. I have not seen the management yet, but they told me there is a unit chip. The car does not have aircon. As you can see, there's no aircon, nothing there. To be honest, I am not too worried about that at the moment. You guys know I don't drive my cars. I drove the Clio a total of 4,000 kilometers in about 8 months time. That is including the 1,000 plus coming up from Cape Town to Pretoria. So I don't drive my cars a lot. Obviously when I've got a nice working car, I'll drive it more, but the aircon is, that's not a deal breaker for me. If I get stuff, I might put it back, you know, if I get the aircon stuff at a decent price, but that's not a deal killer for me. So all in all, that is the new car, guys. I don't know if I'll be doing a lot of videos on the channel about it, but whenever I do work, I will show it on the channel. But like I mentioned in the previous video, the channel is not going to be focused on my builds anymore. It's more so about drag racing and the whole drag racing scene in South Africa. You guys seem to enjoy that more, so that's what I'll give you. Obviously the guys would love to see this, so I won't hide anything from you guys. If I do work on it, I will show you guys. I already went to Honda this morning. I bought an oil filter, and after this I'm going to buy oil, fuel filter, spark plugs, just to give it a nice service, so I know that everything is perfectly fine, which I'll obviously show you guys. I think with the service we'll get some door speakers in, or just pop the covers off and see if there's speakers in that we just need to wire up. Whichever way, I'll get that figured out. But once again, if you look at the paint, it could just be that the terrible finish is hiding the proper color of the car. That's it for this one, guys. I'll see you in the next one, bro. Peace out and reflect your passion.